Hi, it's Nathan. Section 289 through 291 of the Model WHS Regulations covers requirements for pipelines. So a pipe becomes a pipeline once it's transferring substances between two locations, especially if that crosses public territory, or public property. Think like those long cross-country gas or oil pipelines that link sort of the production facilities or the gas processing facilities or the wells to the export infrastructure. You'll have like 500 or 1,000 kilometers of pipeline, or unloading facilities. So imagine like an oil tanker comes in with like refined oil products and then they're offloading, that would be a pipeline. Or like in Brisbane, we've got like a Caltex fuel depot / refinery that connects to the airport. They pump jet fuel along there, that's a pipeline. Also things like transferring chemicals between like council facilities at sewage treatment plants, might be pumping like leaf chlorine, that sort of stuff around for sewage treatment. So the requirements are, they break the requirements, or there's the requirements for three parties. There's the owner, the builder, and the operator. The owner's responsible for the safety of the pipeline throughout the life cycle. So it starts with design, making sure it complies with Australian standards, installation, commissioning, and decommissioning. Covers things like cathodic protection, lockout, tag out, and isolation, ongoing inspections and maintenance. The builder also on the owner needs to make sure there's measures in place to protect the pipeline from external factors. So think like marking of those pipelines, like signage, to make sure no one goes and starts digging there. The next section on builders is mostly around notifications. The builder of the pipeline needs to notify the regulator with if it meets a threshold, or if it meets the criteria that it's crossing public property or transferring a Schedule 11 chemical. Schedule 11 being like placarding and manifest chemicals, like the main ones being like diesel and gasoline, LPG. The duties for the builder are to notify the regulator before commencement, and when any changes are made. They also need to make sure the regulator is notified of the specs, operating procedures, and emergency procedures. And then the third party is the operator, and they're responsible for the day-to-day safety of the pipelines and pipelines operations. So things like managing the flows, managing emergency response for like during operation, making sure that it's labeled correctly. There's one more thing. I can't remember. That's most of it. That's all I got, guys.